Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. What we're going to talk about is a very interesting topic. Yes, that's right. Vivica A. Fox. Prove no one cares about what men go through. Stephen Twitch boss. Anyone? You see, an old clip surfaced, or should I say resurfaced, on social media showing the reality of what goes on in society when men try to, open up about any issues they have. You know, ever since Stephen Twitch boss allegedly deleted himself, there's been a lot of word on social media on how we need to check in on everyone. We need to talk to everyone, and we need to make sure everybody's okay because everybody has issues. But in this particular clip, it shows something that is very alarming, to say the least. It shows that no one really cares. And this is what I mean, how there's a lot of fake love in society right now where everyone is just fake. We're going to take a listen to this clip. I'm pretty sure most of you have seen it. And it's circulating all over the place. People are doing reactions to it. But only on Ringo TV Reactions will you find the best reactionary video. Now, let's get into this video, find out exactly what's going on. We're going to break this thing down to the core and let you understand the real, so you can understand that most of what people are saying today in terms of checking in on people and how mental illness is real and all this other stuff, it wasn't real to Vivica A. Fox. It wasn't real to the women on the panel. It wasn't real at all to anyone. No one really cared. So let's listen in on this particular episode, find out what's going on.
He's desperate for her son, Ty, to get his life together. He has no job and no goals. Lavinia, what was Ty like as a child?
I'm a single parent. I had to work. This kid would pick up his two little sisters, make sure that they eat, make sure that their homework was done. If I had to stay late, he'd make sure they took a bath and put them to sleep.
That's not his responsibility to do. Number one. So what if you're a single mother? So what? So what if you're a single mother? And see, this is the problem with society. They emasculate their sons, turn their sons into women, and try to make their sons do their job. If you're a single mother and you gotta work and you gotta do this and you gotta do that, it's not your son's responsibility to tuck the kids in and feed them and take them and do this and make sure that they had a bath. It's not his responsibility. He's a kid. His job is to do his own thing. You're the mom. Remember, you want to be a single mom. That's the job you chose. You didn't want the man that you were with. You wanted to be a boss chick. You wanted to be independent. Okay, so since you're independent, why don't you take care of your own kids? And see, brothers, listen to me very carefully now. Listen to me very carefully, guys. This is why I told you in a couple of my streams that when you get with a single mother, it is not your responsibility to take care of her children. She need to go to the baby daddy, and she need to make sure that he's doing what he got to do for his children. It's not your job. This is a clear-cut case of do your own job. They bring a young man on a show to emasculate him, to embarrass him, to make him look bad when he's going through a lot of different issues. Oh, and it gets real crazy. But let's rewind that back to the beginning. Play it again.
She's desperate for her son, Ty, to get his life together.
She's desperate for her son to get his life together when her life is not together. She's desperate for her son to get his life together when her life is not together. And this is problematic. This woman is most likely in her 40s, blaming her son for all of her problems. He got his whole life ahead of him, and yet she put all of this burden on him to do. Imagine a young man, you're trying to find your way. You don't got your father with you, because if you did, you wouldn't be on that show. So we know the father is not there. And this is a sad situation. Let's rewind that back.
She's desperate for her son, Ty, to get his life together. He has no job and no goals.
He have no job and no goals. I wonder why. Could it be because he's taking care of somebody else's kids? That's why he don't got no goals. That's why he don't got no job. He don't got no time to have a job if he got to pick up the kids. How could he have a job if he got to pick the kids up when mom is at work? Are y'all seeing this? How could he get his life together if he have to take care of her kids? How could he go get a job? She most likely told him, you can't get a job because I need you to be home to get the kids. So in all sense and purposes, this young man has been emasculated and turned into a woman. Wow. And a lot of mothers out here do this to their kids. A lot of ladies do this very thing to their daughters, to their sons. You figure since you're a single mom and you got to go to work, you put it on your children now to pick up your younger kids, to tuck them in and to make sure that they're eating food and to do this. No, it's not their job. It's your job. How about you do your job and let them just be kids? Look at this young man's face. Look at his face. Do he look happy? Have it ever dawned on you what he's going through? See, this is going on all over TikTok. It's on YouTube. It's all over the place. And Vivica is not happy about it. She's not happy about it because she knows that in the wake of Stefan Twitch boss, this is not making her look too good. Especially with how they grilled this young man. Because they grilled him. And this proves, once and for all, that no one cares about what men go through. No one. Especially when a man tries to talk about what he may be feeling. Stefan, Twitch boss, anyone? Let's go.
Lavinia, what was Ty like as a child?
What was he like as a child?
I'm a single parent. I had to work.
Who cares?
This kid
She call him. Not my son, this kid.
would pick up his two little sisters.
Okay.
Make sure that they eat.
Okay.
Make sure that their homework was done.
So he had to make sure that they eat and make sure that they do their homework too? Are you kidding me?
If I had to stay late, he'd make sure they took a bath and put them to sleep.
So he was a stepmommy.
And then he'd
Look at this. Look at a young man. A young man being emasculated, crying on Vivica's show. This is how they break down the black man. See, I'm bringing it all out to make you see it. These are the type of things they don't want you to know. This is the type of things that a lot of men go through. And when these young men aren't able to make money, they aren't able to get on their feet and do what they got to do as a man, then they're shamed by the majority of you ladies. They're shamed by saying you're broke. You don't got nothing. You don't got no car. You don't got this. This is the type of stuff that men go through. And then when they rob a bank or they stick somebody up, and then they go to prison. Now they're in more trouble now. More drama, more trauma, which just adds to the problems and then all of the demons that they're fighting inside.
Ty, you're getting really emotional right now, and so am I, because
You're getting emotional because you know you're doing dirt, Vivica. You know you're doing dirt, but again, you took the oath. We already done know you're in Hollyweird. So you're paid to do this. See, a lot of these people that are in Hollyweird, they're paid to emasculate young men, primarily black men. Their job is to make them look weak. Their job is to break them down, make them lose their confidence, make them act more effeminate if need be. This is what they do. And this is what they did to this young man. Now think about this. With all of the things that are going on around the world, you would think that these people would be a little more sympathetic or perhaps try to get the young man some sort of help, become some sort of motivation to inspire him to do better. But no, that's not what they do. They blame him and they ridicule him and put him down, belittle him, make him feel less than a man, as if though it's his responsibility to take care of his mom's kids. Wow. What a shame. But let's go.
I did things, and I'm still that kid. I'm still that kid.
I haven't
told
seen
her
him in
that.
10 years.
Kid, I'm still that kid. I'm tired. I'm depressed. I'm tired.
you know,
Notice he said he's depressed and he's tired.
I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm hurt. I've been through stuff in my life.
Because
No,
you
that's
told
personal. No, it don't even matter about none of that.
It does matter.
No, listen, it does. It does. But I'm tired. Like I said, I'm depressed. I have personal things going on. Sometimes that.
Didn't they tell us today and all these other past few weeks, we need to check in on everybody, right? So why weren't Vivica Fox and all these ladies on the show checking in on this young man? Right? Since everybody is so sensitive, because we live in a sensitive day. It's like everything is so sensitive now. Like you can't even speak without people being offended. It's like we live in a weird world right now. All I'm trying to show you is the hypocrisy of how the majority of people are today. It seems like we're checking in on all the wrong people. It seems like anytime I talk about videos like this, I get emails from YouTube talking about we're checking in on you. And I'm like, why are you checking in on me for when I'm just reporting the damn news? You know? Enough of the gaslighting, enough of the nonsense, enough of the gang stalking. We don't got time to entertain and play these games. What we're trying to do is hold the community accountable for their actions and hypocrisy. Y'all say one thing, but y'all doing another. Now, why is it that Vivica A. Fox is not being canceled for this particular video right here in terms of what she did and what her other female friends did to this young black man? Why there is no outcry from the public? Why aren't networks canceling her for what she did? Don't focus on me. I'm the messenger. I'm the one reporting the news. See? Nobody don't want to focus on that. Let's get back to the video.
what's what those personal things
that
are.
can stop people. Me being depressed.
What are
like
those
me-
personal things you're going through?
Like-
Stop yelling about them and tell us about it.
All right, like my personal stuff. Like I never really had friends, and then when I got around friends, I basically always did exactly. I always had to like. It's like I feel like you gave me everything, but you kind of gave me too much. But because because you gave me too much, my friends were jealous of me. I always had fake friends around me. So that's what I'm saying. It's cool.
He always had fake friends around him. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? See, Stefan Twitch Boss had a lot of fake friends around him too. See, all I'm trying to do, ladies and gentlemen, is make you see the reality of where this all begins. See, a lot of guys, they been through a lot. They suffered in silence. And it's because of situations like this. This young man was raised to take care of his mother's children, right? He couldn't go out there and find a job because he had to take care of the kids. He had to make sure that they took baths. He had to cook for them, clean the house to make sure that they are taken care of, doing the job of his mother. He was unable to do what a teenager was supposed to do. He was unable to hang out with his friends and develop himself, his own skills. And this is what happens to a lot of young men out here. A lot of young men go through these kind of things in different ways because their mothers emasculate them, turn them into women. Henceforth, these guys grow up weak. They don't know how to be fathers. They don't know how to provide because they were never able to learn. And consequently, they're unable to find a woman. So they might end up joining the alternative. You never know. Why? Because they don't know how to be a man. They only know how to be a woman. And this all falls back on how they were raised. And then by the time they become an adult, they go out into society and they deal with the issues of life, financial problems, trying to be successful, first fired, last hired, fake friends, no support system, and then they literally lose themselves. And this is what happens to a lot of people out here. And it all starts from right here. As you can see on this particular broadcast, Vivica A. Fox is contributing to the problems of this young man. But her shows, things she's doing now, she's able to just flourish. Nobody's talking about it, right? But it's interesting how this video resurfaced on the web. And everybody's talking about it now. A lot of people are upset with Vivica because of this particular video. Let's go.
That you did that, but you also got to understand what that brings, what that attracts, Monk. You got to feel me on that. That's what I'm saying.
You got some twisted logic going on here.
Notice how they all blamed him. You got some twisted logic going on. Twisted logic. Notice all of them ladies, fam. All of them, all 5 of them, plus his mom, criticizing him, putting him down. Oh, wow, this is really motivating this young man. Where are the fathers? Wow. All this energy from these women breaking this young man down.
That's man, like, I'm just saying, it's mental things that can mess with.
Okay,
it's mental things that bothers me in the physical world.
Notice the young man said there's some mental things that bothers me. Where's all of the checking in on this and, you know, we got to be aware of this and we got to this. All of a sudden, I don't hear nobody talking about that on that show. I don't hear none of that. See? And this just goes to show that nobody really cares about men. Nobody really cares about men at all. You know, you can be the type of guy that, you know, you're having a bad day at work. Nobody really cares. They just tell you to suck it up, be a man, you know, don't cry. These are all the things they typically tell us. Nobody really cares about men. Men really have no support system. We don't have nowhere to go, no one to talk to. We really don't, because we're trained from a young kid not to cry, number one, to hold everything in, number two, and we're taught not to show any weakness, that we got to be strong. So you have a lot of situations where we are made to feel like we have to act like we're strong in order to appear like we're not going through nothing. And there's a lot of guys that are walking around looking tough, looking strong, but inside, it's a whole nother ball game going on.
Depressed?
I don't have motivation. How can I have motivation? Yes, how can I have my motivation when everything is handed to me?
Right, so you're telling us that you're depressed.
Notice what he just said. Notice what he just said. He said, how can I have motivation when everything is handed to me? How can I have motivation when everything is handed to me? How can I have motivation when everything is handed to me? Now, a lot of you ladies, you still didn't get it. As men, when we have everything handed to us, we will begin to despise the people that give it to us. Because as men, we want to be motivated to work on our own, to develop ourselves, to make our own mistakes. If everything is given to us, we're going to never be motivated to strive and work and build, because you've given us everything. A lot of you ladies, you like to do this. You'll meet a Pookie and a Ray Ray, a bum, a guy that don't want to work. He don't want to do anything with himself. And you tend to buy him clothes, shoes, give him housing, food, and love, and even have his babies, even though this man ain't providing nothing. How you expect a man like that to be motivated? He will despise you. Why? Because you give him everything for free. And what the young man is basically saying is, Mom, you gave me everything. You give me fly clothes to wear, nice shoes. Now all my friends are jealous of me because I look too good. And I'm not really motivated to do anything to work. Why? Because you're going to give it to me anyway. And this is really true. Men require that you just let them learn how to fly. You could be there to assist at times, but don't go buy me the things. Don't go open the doors for me. Don't do that, because now I'm gonna look at you in disgust, because it's like you ain't even give me an opportunity to be a man. It's like, let's say, for example, you got children, you're a father, and you and your baby mama separated, and you're trying to do things for your son and for your daughter. But every time you try to do something for their birthday or take them somewhere, your baby mama always do it before you. Or she'll say, well, I did it, but I said daddy gave them the money. I already gave them the money. No, let me do it. Let me do it. Don't take that from me. You understand? Yeah, she's hindering his growth as a man. He's unable to develop. So he's going to take on a feminine spirit. You know, he's going to take on that spirit that most women have when they get with a man, where they just figure a guy is just supposed to provide. You know, most women just feel that way. Even the women that are independent, they believe that once they get with a man, he's just supposed to automatically jump into, you know, provider mode. Protector, provider. They automatically believe that. So if a young man always get what he want without no hard work, then what happens is he's going to grow up dependent on a woman. And this is why when you see a lot of young black men today, they always want to live with some woman. They don't want to do nothing on their own. See that? Let's get back to the video.
I'm depressed. I'm always depressed.
He said he's always depressed.
I'm in a dark spot.
He said he's in a dark spot. Wow.
I'm in a dark spot, and I've been there for a long time.
Interesting. He's been there for a long time, but nobody on the stage cares. Isn't that interesting? You see that? Do you see that, ladies and gentlemen?
Ty, that's still no reason that if you feel that and you're a dark place, to take that out on your mother.
How is he taking that out on his mother? How? What are you talking about? How is he taking that out on his mother by not taking care of those kids that are not his? Do you see how they are emasculating him, blaming him, shaming him, belittling him, making him feel like trash? And all of this is on television. How convenient, right? Let's go.
My best friend, yo. That's my best friend.
Your mom is not your best friend, young man. Your mom is your mom. She's not your best friend. See, this is a problem. Very, very serious problem.
Even talk to my mom.
Okay, hold on. So has he had a problem with alcohol?
He has a problem with alcohol. He's an alcoholic.
Wow, you call your son an alcoholic on national television. Interesting.
Ty, when did you start drinking?
When did you start drinking?
How old are you?
Probably 13.
13 years old. Wow.
13, okay.
Probably 13.
Very early.
How? And who taught you how to do that, young man?
She be drinking with me.
Wow, so she be drinking with you. Interesting. Are you seeing this? Again, here only on Ringo TV Reactions, we break down the videos and we do it the proper way. You will only find reactionary videos like this only on Ringo TV Reactions. We do the best job in the game. There's no other. Let's go.
She put me on.
She put him on. Wow, such a loving mother, right?
You on at 13?
She put me on. Yeah.
You're a liar.
Lavinia, how much is he drinking?
He drinks 5 to 6 bottles in the bottle.
How do you know? How do you know, Mom? How do you know? Because you be drinking with him. It all comes out.
This is like this, like the 40 ounces.
Oh, he's chugging some 40 ounces?
Yeah,
The
we
40
did that
Years ago, I was like 17, 19.
That's a lie. 5
Really?
and 6. I promise you, Vivica.
Wow.
5 to 6.
I would throw up
a
now.
day.
I would throw up. If I tried that now, I would throw up now.
no.
If I tried that now,
That's a
I'm
long
telling you.
That's binge drinking.
Let me tell
5
you
to 6
something.
drinks
Y'all
is binge
bill that y'all
drinking.
have, he's only been here a day and a half.
Right.
So tell us, you stayed at a hotel that the show put you up in, and you ran up almost a $200 bar bill.
Now think about that. The show put him up in a hotel, and they say that he ran up a $200 bill at the bar. Think about all of that.
Here, let's talk about it. 1 bottle of whiskey, 6.
And this woman right here is a trip. Very, very wicked woman. Let's go.
$1 bottle of premium tequila, $71.18. One
Notice how they got all the receipts on him.
bottle of regular tequila, $17.52. We got some beer, a couple soft drinks, and an orange juice.
Now, this entire broadcast was aired on TV for the whole world to see. Now, how do you think that young man must feel to go back home, to go to school, to go to college, or wherever he had to go, and had to deal with the jokes, the people on social media, what the papers are saying, tabloids? Wow, right? Amazing.
Question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
You did this yesterday.
Yes, ma'am.
Why would you think that's okay?
I didn't. I wasn't thinking.
You just did it.
I wasn't thinking.
This is literally a humiliation ritual right on that TV screen. And this is what they do all the time. They do this with actors, athletes. They do this all the time. Put them on the hot seat, grill them, make them look crazy in the public. Really, really bad. Let's go.
I saw it. No, I had friends with me.
On our tab, Vivica, I want to say,
Check this out. Check out what she have to say. Very, very nasty.
I don't feel anything.
She don't feel anything for him. But they tell us after Twitch allegedly deleted itself that we are supposed to check in on people, right? That we're supposed to pay attention to the signs, that we're supposed to call somebody, we're supposed to call certain numbers. These are the things that they tell us to do. But for whatever reason, this woman says she don't care and she don't feel anything for this young man. Listen in.
This is all something that, as an alcoholic, I'm very familiar with.
She's very familiar with it. Why? Because she most likely was an alcoholic. And for whatever reason, she don't seem to care about this young man.
It's the woe is me story.
Wow.
The I'm so sorry. Well, feel sorry for me because I was deprived of this, that, and the other thing, and I was raised really well, just like this kid was. This is all, I don't feel any emotion toward him right now.
She don't feel no emotion towards him right now. Wow. They're basically publicly abusing this young man. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's of a certain age now, but think about what he have to endure on that show, right? Very, very sad situation. Vivica A. Fox should be ashamed of herself. All of those ladies should be canceled. This is not good. But only on Ringo TV Reactions will you find this kind of reactionary video that uncover the truth, break everything down so that you can understand what's going on.
Oh.
Why?
Because it's all a game. It's all his
For him to
MO.
get his way?
His MO. His manipulation of his, I would cry. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm never going to drink again. I'm never going to drive drunk.
Notice how they beating him up. Notice how they just putting him down. All of this was done on Vivica A. Fox, fam. And notice this particular clip, they title it, "Man Tries to Tell Mom About His Depression." This is what happens oftentimes when men try to open up. Think about how many men, primarily black men, try to go to people to open up, to share their frustrations and talk about different things and different issues they might be going through. And this is what they face. People laughing at them, telling them they're weak. They need to be strong. Stop acting like a punk. These are the typical things we go through. Now think about this young man. He's been suffering like this since he was a kid. And he was taught and trained on how to be a woman. He was not taught how to be a man, how to tie a tie, how to fix a tire, how to do some lawn mowing, learn some carpentry skills. He wasn't taught anything masculine, manly. He wasn't taught nothing. He was taught how to wash dishes and how to cook, clean, take care of kids, change diapers, pick kids up from school, make sure that they took a bath, and tuck them into bed. So basically, his mom trained him how to be a wife. That's right. So he don't know who he is at this point. He don't know what's going on because he was emasculated. And it's very difficult at times for men like that to recover, especially to become a husband one day. Most of those guys, when they get around women, they'll be socially awkward. They won't know how to function. And a lot of times ladies would look at them like they're weird or something's wrong with them. And you just don't really understand. The young man been through a lot of issues, a lot of things. And it's all due to his upbringing from his mom. And this all started in a single mother household.
Desperate for her son, Ty, to get his life together. He has no job and no goals.
He had no job and no goals. If you watched the stream from the beginning, you would know that the reason why the young man don't have a job and no goals is because he was placed in a position to be a woman by his mother in terms of taking and raising children.
Lavinia, what was Ty like as a child?
What was Ty like as a child? What was he like?
I'm a single parent.
She starts off with, she's a single parent. The question was, what was Ty like when he was a child? Do you see that? The question was, what was Ty like when he was a child? She don't know what Ty was like when he was a child because she was never a mother. She was never around him. Vivica asked her, what was Ty like when he was a child? The first thing she starts off with is, I was a single mother. As if though that justifies anything. I don't care if you was a single mother. You should have had settled with the man that you had these babies with, but you didn't want to do that. You wanted to be independent. Well, this is what happens when you're independent. Now you got to go work and assume the responsibilities of a man, right? While neglecting your responsibilities as a mom. You see, a mother job is to be responsible for her children, to educate them, to show them love, caring, you understand, to be nurturing, to provide healthy meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, to help them with their homework, to do all of those different things. But she was never there. She was at work, which is typical of most single mothers. They remain at their jobs serving their boss while their children are neglected at home. Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. Let's get back to the story.
I had to work.
Who cares?
This kid
This kid. She don't respect him. She called him this kid.
would pick up his two little sisters.
In other words, what she's saying is, hey, when I had to go to work, he used to pick up his sisters. He used to do this. He used to do that as a good old boy. But now all of a sudden that he grown up and I still need him to be a stepmommy. What's happening now, miss?
Make sure that they eat. Make sure that their homework was done. If I had to stay late, he'd make sure they took a bath and put them to sleep.
Notice how the young boy is crying.
And then he changed.
Wow. So sad to see a young man broken down like that.
Ty, you're getting really emotional right now, and so am I, because
You're getting emotional, Vivica, because you know what you're doing is wrong. I can see it in your face. I can see it in your face, Vivica, that you know you don't like the show that you're doing, but you had to do it because they paid you to break down the image of the black male. And it really hurts you inside to know that you're just disgusting. And you just can't understand why you're doing this. But you took the oath to Lucifer. You took the oath to Satan. So this is what you got to do to get the bag, remember? You can't do anything good anymore. This is why you always have a problem with everyone. This is why you're always caught up in scandals, because of the oth. That's why.
I did things, and I'm still that kid. I'm still that kid.
I haven't
told
seen
her
him in
that.
10 years.
Kid, I'm still that kid. I'm tired. I'm depressed. I'm tired.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm hurt. I've been through stuff in my life.
He been through a lot of stuff in his life. He don't have his father there because his mom been in them streets and she want to be independent. So this young man don't have no guidance whatsoever.
Because
No, that's personal. No, it don't even matter about none of that.
It does matter.
No, listen, it does. It does. But I'm tired. Like I said, I'm depressed. I have personal things going on.
Notice her son said that he's depressed. He got personal things going on. There's a lot of things going on with this man. For all we know, we don't even know who this young man is or where he is today. Isn't that something? Is anybody checking in on him? I don't think so. Why? Because nobody cares about black men.
Tell us what those personal things are.
That can stop people. Me being depressed.
What are those personal things you're going through?
What are those things you're going through, young man?
Like,
Stop yelling about them and tell us about it.
all right, like personal stuff. Like, I never really had friends. And then
He
when
never had no friends.
I got around friends, I basically always did exactly. I always had the, like, it's like, I feel like, yeah, you gave me everything, but you kind of gave me too much. But because you gave me too much, my friends were jealous of me. I always had fake friends around.
He always had fake friends around him. His friends was always jealous of him because he had the latest clothes, the latest shoes. And this is why I keep telling you folks that when you have materials and you look good, dress nice, drive nice, live nice, the majority of the people that are around you are going to be jealous of you. Why? Because birds of a feather flock together. People like to hang around people that are on the bottom just like them. The once people see you looking good, they're not going to like you anymore. That's just the way it goes in life. This is why I tell people it's best to roll solo. You don't need no friends. It doesn't mean you're antisocial. You just don't need friends around you. You don't need a bunch of people around you. And you shouldn't have a bunch of people at your house. You shouldn't have that. Nobody should be up in your house looking at what you got, looking at what you have and all this other stuff. It just shouldn't be like that.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's cool that you did that, but you also got to understand what that brings, what that attracts, Mark. You got to feel me on that. That's what I'm saying.
Ty.
Notice they don't want to hear him. Notice the brother is trying to share his story. He's trying to tell you his truth, but for whatever reason, they don't want to hear what he got to say. Stefan, Twitch boss, anyone? You see what I mean? They don't want to hear him. They just keep shutting him down.
You got some twisted logic going on here.
Notice she says he have twisted logic going on. These women are not even thinking logical. They're totally emotional at this point.
That's some twisted
man, like, I'm
logic.
just saying, it's mental things that can mess with.
Okay,
it's
but
mental
Ty,
things that bothers me in the
you're telling
physical
us-
world.
He said there are mental things that bother him and no one cares. Stefan, Twitch boss, anyone? Again, only on Ringo TV Reactions will you find the best commentary and criticism on YouTube. Nobody does a better job on bringing out the information. This young man is basically making it very clear that he's going through a lot, but nobody cares. He's trying to explain his story, speak his truth. He said he's depressed. He said he has fake friends. He said he's tired, but his mom keep putting him down. Where's his father? What's really going on in his life? And to add insult to injury, a lot of you ladies out there, you're going to continue the mental pressure on this young man by telling him he's broke, by telling him he's too short, by telling him he's not making six figures, by telling him this, by telling him that, to continue the pressure. And this is what goes on every single day.
You're depressed.
I don't have motivation. How can I have motivation? Yes, how can I have my motivation when everything is handed to me?
Which means he's never able to work for it. Everything is handed to him. He don't know what it's like to make $1. He don't know what it's like to go out there and earn a paycheck, to start a business, to make his first sale. It brings a man joy to finally build something and he's able to earn $1 and he feels a sense of pride to know that, wow, I did something with myself. It makes us men feel good. It makes you feel like I've grown. I'm becoming more manly. Wow, I earned $1. Wow, I learned a new trade. Wow, this wardrobe that I bought, I did it myself with my own hands. It makes him feel very good inside, and it motivates us. Every man knows what I'm talking about. When you first got your first job, when you learn a trade, and you were able to do things on your own, it gave you a sense of pride, identity, something that is just amazing. He was never given that opportunity. Isn't that something?
All right, so you're telling us that you're depressed.
Yeah.
Notice, he's telling them that he's depressed, but they don't care. They're basically saying, suck it up and just do what you got to do as a man. Who cares?
Depressed. I'm always depressed. I'm in the dark.
Wow, he said he's always depressed and his mom don't even care. But if something happened to her son, then everybody want to talk about RIP. Are you seeing this? Wow. Do you see what's going on? This is exactly what Stephen Twitch Boss was going through. Why? Because even in his passing, his wife is nowhere to be found, fighting for his justice. Wow.
I know I'm in a dark spot, and I've been there for a long time.
He said he'd been in a dark spot for a long time. You got 6 women. 6 women on that set, and none of them care. They don't even care. See, ladies, you have to realize something about men. Men go through these kind of things all the time, even to adulthood. We got to deal with all sorts of drama. And then when we deal with you, and you come with the, well, I'm looking for a man that makes 6 figures. Well, I'm looking for a man that's more than 6 feet tall. Well, I'm looking for a man that does this. It just brings back all the drama, all the trauma. And now these guys got to do all this extra stuff trying to please you now, which put them in a dark place of being lone, looking for acceptance, trying to figure out like, wow, this woman don't even like me for me. She's just like me for what I have. So if I make 6 figures, she's interested in me, but if I don't, she is not. So, okay, so if I got 6-figure income, you'll get with me. So if we had a relationship and I'm making 6 figures, you'll be cool with me. But if I was to lose my job, or if the business go down, you'll be ready to leave me. That's exactly what you just said, ladies. Bars. You see, brothers, this is why I tell you guys to keep the Most High first. Focus on your health, focus on your money, and put women last. Because I'm telling you, brothers, when the money stops, they will leave. Do you understand me, brothers? Anytime you hear a woman saying, I want a man that makes 6 figures, then once your 6 figures die out, she's gonna leave you. So why waste your time putting all your energy in them for? For what? Focus on your relationship with the Most High. Then focus on your health, not your money, your health. Then once you focus on your health and you're doing a good job there and you're prospering, then focus on your money. And then if a young lady come across and she respects you enough to do what she got to do, then you deal with her. But you don't do it the other way around by putting a woman first. Then you focusing on your money. Then you're trying to focus on your health. And then you're trying to find God. You don't do it that way. And a lot of you guys do that. A lot of you guys tend to try to focus on women first. You chasing women around and you're broke. You chasing women around, you have no relationship with the Most High. You chasing women around and you're out of shape. That's not how you do it, bro. You focus on the Most High first to get your mind right. Your mind got to be in order. You got to be thinking wise, thinking sharp. Wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Then you focus on your health. Let me get this workout in. Let me get these push-ups going. Let me get this jog on. Let me go ride this bike over here real quick. Let me drink some water. Let me start eating right. Let me start doing what I got to do to get my brain working properly so that I can focus on making some money. So I can have the energy. Then once I get into a routine in life where I am finding myself and I've developed as a man, now I got my own spot, my own crib. I'm able to do my own thing. I'm settled in. I'm established. My credit is right. My bank account is looking right. Bro, I'm the man at this point. I'm doing good. Okay, now. I'm doing good. Now you find a young lady. And if she respects you, then you move on with her. That's how you do it.
But Ty, that's still no reason that if you feel that in your dark place, to take that out on your mother.
So notice this. He just said he's in a dark place and they don't care about that. They're more concerned about how the mom feels. Are y'all seeing this? This is what they're doing. They don't care about the young man. See, these young men need real role models, fathers, men that's going to show them the way. Because we were all young men like him. We all didn't know what to do. We didn't have nobody to show us nothing. We had to learn the hard way. And some of you brothers, you were able to find your way in life and you became bitter and you decided not to show no one else. It's like you found your way, you were able to gain success, and you just keep all the information to yourself. And you're watching all these other young men literally walk down into a pit of quicksand. And that's not cool. You know, if you're a brother and you've been around the block and you know the game, you have a responsibility to these young men out here. Your job is to instill values in them so that they can gain some knowledge and information. You'd be surprised how a young man can come across my video, hear me talking, and become inspired immediately because he never heard no one talk like that. And I end up recharging his battery, instilling the values that he need that can only come from a man. And once he get those words of affirmation and encouragement, he's now inspired to go out there and become a great man. Do you see how that works? We all need that as men. Let's go.
My best friend, yo. That's my best friend. I can't even talk to my mom.
Okay.
Notice he said, I can't even talk to my mom. Why? Because he can't even talk to his father. His father's nowhere around. And his father is nowhere around because the mom most likely pushed him away.
So has he had a problem with alcohol?
He has a problem with alcohol. He's an alcoholic.
Notice she's blaming him for what he's going through.
Ty, when did you start drinking?
As if though none of those women on the stage ever drink. As if none of them never had happy hour. As if though none of them never got drunk before.
How old are you?
Probably 13.
13. Okay.
13, as if though he's the only 13-year-old that ever did anything. As if though none of those ladies did nothing with boys when they were 13. As if though none of them were experimenting when they were 13. Do you see the level of hypocrisy? This is what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody want to act holier than thou.
Okay.
Probably 13.
Very early.
She be drinking with
Very early. Let me ask you a question, and I'm talking to all those ladies that are on that panel. If I was to ask you all, when did you lose your virginity? You know what I'll get? That's what I'll get. They won't answer the question because they know it was at a young age.
me. She put me on.
I put you
Notice, mom put him on.
on 13.
She put me on. Yeah.
Mom put him on to drinking at 13.
Liar.
Lavinia, how much is he drinking?
And notice, nobody holds the mom accountable. Notice that. Nobody holds the mom accountable. Nobody give her any pushback. Nobody say, wait a minute, your son said that you put him on to drinking at 13. Notice, nobody gives the mom no smoke.
Drinks 5 to 6 bottles, and the bottles is like this, like the 40
years
ounce.
ago.
He's chugging some 40 ounces?
Yeah,
The
we
40
Years ago, I was like 17, 19.
That's a lie. 5
Really?
and 6. I promise you, Vivica.
None of those women on the stage ever drank before. They never done anything wrong. They're all perfect saints.
5 to 6.
I would throw up
a
now.
day.
I would throw up. If I tried that now, I would throw up now.
No.
If I tried that now,
That's a
I'm
long
telling
list.
you.
That's binge drinking.
Let me tell
5
you
to 6
something.
drinks
Y'all
binge
build it
drinking.
y'all have. He's only been here a day and a half.
Right.
So tell us, you stayed at a hotel that the show put you up in, and you ran up almost a $200 bar bill.
$200 bar bill. You think he was the only one drinking by himself? I mean, y'all put up the money for the young man. It seems like y'all set him up just so y'all can talk about him at the end of the day. If y'all knew what the show was going to be about, and y'all knew he was going to run up a bill, it seemed like y'all entrapped him so that y'all could talk about him. That's basically what y'all did.
Here, let's talk about it. 1 bottle of whiskey, $60. 1 bottle of premium tequila, $71.18. 1 bottle of regular tequila, $17.52. We got some beer, a couple soft drinks, and an
Hi,
orange
I
juice.
have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
You did this yesterday.
Yes, ma'am.
Why would you think that's okay?
Why would you think that okay? Who are you to tell the young man why do he think it's okay? What about you when you were 13? What about the things you were doing? What about when your legs were open? What about when you were smoking weed? What about you when you were smoking cigarettes? What about you when you were with those guys on the rooftop? What about that? See, everybody want to point that finger. Everybody want to point that finger. And they seem to forget their own past.
I didn't. I wasn't thinking.
You just did it.
I wasn't thinking.
Notice he said he wasn't thinking. He's admitting. He's taking accountability. He says, I wasn't thinking. Okay. He's basically being accountable for his actions. He's telling you the truth.
Wasn't thinking.
But look at how they respond to him.
I saw it. No, I had friends with me.
On our tab, you know, Vivica, I want to say, I don't feel anything. This is all something that, as an alcoholic, I'm very familiar with.
In other words, who cares? This is normal. He's in denial. He's not being honest. He's not going to change. He's going to always be this way. He's just looking for attention. That's what she's basically saying. That woman right there is very, very wicked.
It's the woe is me story. The oh, I'm so sorry. Well, feel sorry for me because I was deprived of this, that, and the other thing, and I was raised really well, just like this kid was. This is all, I don't feel any emotion toward him right now.
Why?
Because it's all a game. It's
Wow.
all his
For
MO.
him to get his way?
His MO. His
Yep.
manipulation of his, I would cry. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm never going to drink again. I'm never going to drive drunk.
This is crazy.
Tina is desperate for her son, Ty, to get.
This is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Sad situation, but I had to bring this to you so that you can all understand what's going on here. Vivica A. Fox basically used her platform to emasculate this young man, and all of those other women basically adding fuel to the fire. And I just wanted to bring this to your attention on the fact that if they really say that mental illness is real, or that people have inner struggles and all these other different things, then my question is, why was this show aired on a national stage and they were allowed to treat this young man in a manner as if though everything he was going through didn't even mean anything? Why was that even allowed? Think about that. See, the truth is, what they say today is really a bunch of hogwash and lies. Nobody really cares. At the end of the day, nobody really cares about black men. Nobody cares about white men. Nobody cares about Asian men. Nobody cares about men in general. We are forgotten and no one cares. Stefan, Twitch boss, anyone? That being said, I'm gonna get up on out of here. I gotta take care of some business, do what I gotta do. It is what it is. Shout out to the mods. See Tracy in the building. V-Dub Man in the building. What's going on? Shout out to everybody that donated, contributed to the show. Anybody that sponsored the show via Cash App. Appreciate all your support. Let me see a comment. Shabba, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. You said, we are definitely being targeted. People think the black man is a robot when we all were birthed the same way and started from scratch as all others. Yeah, that's true. You know, we deal with a lot of issues, man. People don't understand how many brothers are out here trying to survive, man. You have a lot of brothers out here that are literally hanging on threads, trying to survive and make it in this dark world. And they're constantly pressured and made to feel like, you know, you got to be at a certain level in order to be respected. And it's just sad that as men, we don't know how to be content where we are. We don't know how to just develop our own world so that we can have peace. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses. It's not about, having the latest car and doing what this guy over here is doing. You got to know yourself. You got to be yourself. You understand? You got to recognize who you are and have your own goals and be motivated. That's why I tell you, you got to keep the Most High first. You know, have that connection to the Heavenly Father. Then focus on your health. You brothers got to stop playing. Focus on your health. Get a bench off of Amazon. Buy yourself some weights, some 30 pounds, 40 pounds, free weights, dumbbells. You know, get your workout going. Get your push-ups going. Drink your water. Get yourself a juicer. You know what I mean? Get them vegetables going. Get into the habit of juicing. Get your protein shakes. Start eating a little more healthier. Cut out the swine. Cut out the crab legs, shrimps, all that ham sandwiches and all that mess. Cut all of that crap out. Because what you're going to do is you're going to start to feed your brain. You're going to start to feed your heart. You're going to start to develop. And because of what you're doing in terms of focusing on the Most High first, then your health, now you're going to have the energy. Your brain is going to work. You're going to begin to be motivated. You're going to think very clear because you're eating right, you're exercising, you're doing all of that stuff. So now you're not going to be desperate for some woman. See, the reason why most of us brothers be so thirsty is because we're not healthy, right? When a man is not healthy, he's going to be extremely thirsty for women. Yeah, women look good. Yeah, all of us, we would like a fine sister. Yeah, we love all of that. At the same time, what I'm trying to focus on is when you're not healthy mentally, it's because you don't have a connection to the Most High. Once you have that connection, then he's going to connect you to your health, because you're not going to enjoy your wealth if you don't have your health, right? So once you develop your health and you're building yourself up, you're now going to be able to go out there and start the business you want because you're motivated. You have the energy, you have the drive, your ambition level is very high. And because of this, you're not going to be focused on women. You get what I mean? You'll see women, but you're not so focused on them because your mind is thinking clear. Men that think about women all day are not healthy. These men are not healthy men. We call it masculinity, like, oh, these guys, you know, they got all the ladies. No, those guys are really not healthy mentally because they're thinking with their lower head. You get it? Yeah, we like women. Yeah, we love women. What I'm trying to show you, gentlemen, is that when you get to that level of maturity, women don't come first. And anytime you put a woman first, she's not going to respect you anyway. I'm just letting you know. A woman is not going to respect you if you put her first. She's going to first of all respect you when you put the Most High first. Then you put your health second. Then you focus on your money. Now that you have those three things in combination working together, now she's going to respect you now. Because the last thing a woman wants is a man that is not connected to the Most High, he's not healthy, and he's broke. A lot of you guys got it twisted. You got it backwards. You think that once you get money, you're going to get this woman. No, you're not going to get a woman that's going to respect you. You're just going to get a woman that's just going to use you. That's all you're going to get. And guess what? I don't blame that woman for using you. Because if you lead with your wallet and she take advantage of you, you deserved everything you got. Why? Because you were leading with your wallet because all you wanted was vagina. So how can you get mad at her for taking your money when all you wanted was vagina? You can't get mad at her. All you wanted was vagina? Okay, cool. All she wanted was your money. Bars. With that being said, we're going to sign out. Ringo TV Reactions. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe today. Why not? This is the best reactionary channel on YouTube, providing commentary and criticism, news reporting, music, comedy, you name it. This is your one-stop shop for everything. Ringo TV Reactions. It is what it is. That being said, y'all have a blessed one. Got some work to do. Got some equipment that I got to pick up in the morning. And it is what it is. So y'all take care. Ringo TV Reactions. We out. Y'all take care. Peace. We out of here.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.